People treat a pattern of failure as a disqualifying trait, the ultimate red flag on a resume or a career track record. When building something new, the physics are brutal. You invest weeks into a prototype, power it up, and watch as the core component snaps. Ambitious projects leave behind a physical graveyard of these attempts. Bins are filled with shattered glass, broken, burnt circuits, and miles of dead code. From the outside, that pile of wreckage looks like incompetence. It is easy to see the trash and assume the creator lacks ability, when in reality, they are simply paying the required toll for innovation. Thomas Edison is remembered as a singular genius, but his daily process was a grueling exercise in repetitive failure. His team tested hundreds of materials for a light bulb filament, carbonized cardboard, bamboo, even beard hair, watching almost all of them burn out immediately. Edison treated these dead ends as essential data points. Every burnt thread narrowed down the specific physical properties a working filament actually required to survive. Historically, monumental achievements are paved by hundreds of these documented, deliberate errors. To understand why some creators succeed while others spin their wheels, we must look at the mechanics of the mistake. There is a distinct taxonomy of failing. Type 1 failure is a closed loop, repeating the exact same flawed action without adaptation. You hit a wall, back up, and hit the same spot. This is a stagnant process. The effort is present, but change is missing. Type 2 failure is a cycle of trying, extracting data, adjusting, and executing an informed attempt. To an observer watching from the side, both paths look identical. They just see repeated failure, which explains the harsh judgment. But that upward spiral, intentional adaptive iteration, is the mechanical engine that builds every complex system we use today. Modern founders and builders live inside this grueling cycle of adaptation. The math of innovation is highly asymmetrical. A creator can test 50 flawed variations, but the project only requires the formula to hold together a single time to succeed. Every collapse, bug, and miscalculation belongs to the standard expected part of the construction process. All those early misses act as a consumed fuel source required to reach that one final validating execution. We all know someone who seems to be chronically struggling to launch an idea. Recovering from a public defeat and walking back into the workshop the next morning requires a massive amount of psychological resilience. The statistical norm is to quit. Most people abandon a difficult project after only 1 or 2 painful rejections. The person returning for a 47th attempt is operating with a level of strength most people never touch. We should discard the instinct to pity the persistent. It takes profound grit to remain in the arena and absorb that much punishment. Never count out the individual with a massive track record of documented failures. The line between a non-functional mess and a working invention is invisible until the second the connection finally holds. The early relics of the Menlo Pack Lab are rough, handmade prototypes that reflect the physical toll of repeated testing. The creator might be sitting on a mountain of discarded ideas, but they are often just one micro-adjustment away from final validation. Success is rarely a sudden flash of genius. It is the earned result of surviving a relentless sequence of failures.